Welcome to the Dr. Fantastic and Thunder Show. Today we're very happy to have Peter Eugene as a guest on the show. Peter is calling from a little hole in the wall called Simla, in Simla, Colorado, where I'm told there's not even a stoplight. Peter is a 10-year Navy medic, and I want to salute him for
No, don't never call me a medic. Yeah, that's an Army. Armies are medics. Navy's corpsmen.
You said you were a medic. Damn you.
No, I said the Army had medics. I was a Navy doc. My job was patching up Marines in wartime combat.
Okay, I stand corrected. A Navy doctor.
It's a different beast.
It's a different beast. Okay, so we have a Navy doctor who's into healing. And as you know, this show is all about spreading information and technologies to make your mind, your body, and the world a better place. And Peter, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, I haven't. I like stepping into different new portals. I actually had my own radio show for 3 years. I actually had my own TV show for 2 years as well. So I've been a busy little bee. So I created a nice YouTube page for my brothers and sisters because I talk about concepts, subjects that most people on this planet won't touch with a 10-foot pole because they don't have a clue what the hell is going down on the planet.
Okay, there's only two things we don't talk about on the show, and that's politics and religion. So you're free to talk about UFOs, ways of healing, anything you like.
Brother, I don't do politics or religion. Matter of fact, I teach people how to unconsent and terminate their voter roll contract.
That's great.
So what does that tell you? And I've been doing that since 2011, created an actual document. See, because most people don't realize when you step on the voter rolls, your vote never counts because you've given over to mere benefits and privileges, and it all falls under 7701 under the IRS code. When you step in for the benefits and privileges, you're under a corporate construct with them. So this is why they get to come steal your children, because everything was registered. And so when you registered to vote, you actually gave over your power, and you lost your privilege. You lost your place in line, so to speak, for mere benefits and privileges. And they've been doing this crap to us for years and years. And you try to tell people this because I don't do left, right. I don't do word terms, labels, because those are all things that create a chasm and separate us, and that's what they want. And see, that's why they want the arguing with the Democrats and the Republicans. I don't do none of that crap. I can tell people, if you don't like what Caesar's serving up at the salad bar, you got to do a push away.
Right.
And they're all at the corporate table of hell. They stepped in. They decide their vote counts. But when you step in for the vote, like I say, for mere benefits and privileges, I actually posted an article on this like a week and a half ago. I've been posting this stuff for 6 years, but I went back into the deep vault and I pulled that up. And people will go read the article. They'll understand that they have no rights and they're mere bond slaves to the game. And this is why the government can legislate your life away, because you stepped in out of the ring to come play in their game. And this is why they can ignore pretty much what you said. I mean, look at the Electoral College and all this other crap. It's all a scam, brother. This whole system is one big scam to give over your control.
Okay, Peter, we're going into the politics game, and we avoid that on the show.
I'm not doing politics. I'm telling you, I tell people, you've obviously never seen my Johnny Guzman video on unconsent from all contracts that bind.
Okay.
And that's I'm terminating the contract. It's all contractual. That's where it started, brother, in 1933, when they tricked all the people on the planet to come out of the ring and go register their little bastards. And they are little bastards because they don't have a fucking daddy. Excuse my French, but they don't have a daddy because Daddy never came in and made the claim. Mama was the informant, and she gave over Junior, and after 7 days, what they do is they take that birth certificate, and they put it in what's called a closed letters patent. I bet you didn't know that part of the equation. They don't teach this anywhere on the planet, but a closed letters patent basically goes into the probate court, so your estate is being probated while you're on this planet until you die. You're considered the decedent, the imbecile, the child, because you never came back to age of accountability.
Okay, your audio is much better. Whatever you did differently, so just keep that up.
I can talk a little louder.
So what's happening in Simla, Colorado today?
It is a cloudy day. The people are beautiful here. I get out into the community, and I rub elbows with folks and let them know Doc Peter's here, because I share with them, because there's so many people suffering, and I show them alternative protocols to heal. And it's not necessarily always the cannabis. I deal with lung cancer. I have a protocol for that. It's called a nebulizer with sodium bicarbonate, distilled water, put out by a friend of mine, Dr. Simon Tuminicelli over there in Italy. They pulled his white coat medicine license because he was healing all these cancers with just sodium bicarbonate. And Big Pharma can't make no money on sodium bicarbonate.
I heard that before, yeah.
Medical.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I post that article. I post that link out. I had a friend of mine, sister, she had cancer, lung cancer. They sent her home to die. Put her on the nebulizer protocol. In 2 weeks, she was clear, 100%.
Does that help make the body alkaline by any chance?
Yeah, it goes straight down. See, when you inhale it through the liquid, the sodium bicarbonate goes straight down to what's called the alveolar sac in your lungs, and it dries them out. Cancer cannot live in an oxygen-rich environment. So simple. It's 2 cents a dose. That's the insanity. But Big Pharma is going to push their protocols. Let's see, chemo's got a 97% failure rate. Since 1937, it's actually gotten worse. But the tricksters are, they brought in all these German scientists and stuff like that after World War II, and they all climbed these pharmaceutical companies, and they're the ones who brought you the mustard gas and all this other stuff, and it's an insane game. It's called Operation Paperclip. I don't know if you've ever seen that or heard about that, but they brought these schmucks in, and so they hence move forward to make chemicals to try and heal the machine. The problem is there's no chemicals on the planet that will heal the machine, and they all have an adverse reaction or adversarial effects, side effects they call them. Those side effects are what it's going to cause. People don't know how to look on the computer on the drug that they're taking and go do a lookup on it, because it'll have the indications, contraindications, its adverse reactions, what you can mix it with, what you can't mix it with. It was called a physician's desk reference when I was in the military. That's what we used. And when I started thumbing through that, I could not believe that there wasn't one good medicine in there, because they all have side effects. Cannabis doesn't have side effects. Not the cannabis I make, anyways. The paste. We'll get into that in a little bit. But the white coat pharmaceutical game is all just a money racket. I got a friend of mine over in Utah. She's getting jammed up pretty good, and she's spending thousands. I said, Rhonda, you're subsidizing your own damn demise. Why? Well, it's all I know. See, that's the problem with the planet. It's all they know. They don't know that there's simple, dirt cheap alternatives that can heal a machine in short order, and I share those protocols on a lot of my pages.
A lot of people don't realize that you can buy aspirin, which is not, you can't patent that, which does the same thing all these other expensive Excedrins or what have you do, and it's 10 times cheaper, but people don't know. They just don't know. It's all about the marketing. They're telling you to take this, take that. I love these medicines you see on the television. They say it'll cure this, but it may cause blindness and death and paralysis. But at least you won't.
There you go.
At least you'll be sleeping at night.
Yeah, you're going to lose your left nut, your left lung, and your firstborn.
But at least you'll be able to sleep at night.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, tramadol. That's another toxin. See, I post articles and links on this type of stuff because I'm in all the portals, from naturalnews.com to Before It's News to What Really Happened. I go and do research through those portals. But on the medical efficacies of this plant, it's amazing how many things that it can heal if you're getting a food-grade construct. The oil is not food-grade because it's been burned at a high temperature. You've added a foreign chemical to the plant matter to try and extract little bits amounts of oil off the trichomes. When you wash a pound of weed doing it that way, and I've done it that way once, and then I found out about the paste, but what happens is because of the high temperatures you're burning at, you're burning off all your terpenes. Without the terpenes, your body can't have what's called the entourage effect to heal itself, because the body needs all the elements of the plant matter, not just one. But now Big Pharma is going into another portal with this crap called Epidiolex, Epidiolex. I did a show on this about a month and a half ago about the Epidiolex. GW Pharmaceuticals actually did a test study over there in France, and it killed all the 6 patients. Isn't that nice? Because guess what? They're not even using any plant matter to make their CBD oil. The pharmaceutical companies, they're making it in a lab as a chemical, a knockoff of CBD, and you can't fool freaking Mother Nature.
Right.
And that's what they're trying to do. They've been doing this crap since 1937. They're masters of the universe of ripping people off, screwing them, killing them. But most people, because they don't know how to get their own power back, they give over their power to some douchebag in a white coat who thinks he's God. And most of these doctors don't even look up the old crap that they give these people.
Well, they're all in practice. They're all practicing, so...
Yeah. There you go. Just like the law of trade. We're practicing on you.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And it all boils down to money. It all boils down to money. I don't care if you're a carpenter, a plumber, a mechanic, a doctor. It's all about getting as much money from that session as you can. And it's just a sad state of affairs. So, unfortunately, we've got people like yourself and Thunder and myself and many others that are trying to make the world a better place by coming out with the remedies, the technologies, the information, and spreading it, one podcast at a time,
Exactly. That's what I did for the first 5 years, from 2012 to 2017. I took a break. I was so burnt out. I probably did 500 shows, and I produced all my own stuff. I went and got the guests. I've had some great guests on the planet. Ty Bollinger, Barbara Philippone, my hemp textiles queen, spent 21 years in China teaching them how to make hemp textiles. Met her up in Glenwood Spring. Troy Hippo, Living Herbal Pharmacy, another master of the universe. Has protocols to deal with radiation, chemo, simple, dirt cheap, outside the box protocols that Big Pharma knows absolutely nothing about.
Well, they don't want to know about it because they don't make any money from it.
Yeah, well, that's why I'd love to go turn the money changers tables over there in what's that cancer center down in Houston? I'm trying to think. Anyways, it's crazy. The cancer thing is the biggest scam on the planet, just about. If they make $250,000 off of doing somebody on the chemo, doesn't improve their quality of life. It actually just nukes when they're doing the chemo, and especially if they're doing the radiation, they're nuking all the DNA code in the body and destroying it so the body has nothing left. So now it has to come back from ground zero and rebuild itself. This is why most people don't come back from it when they get chemoed. They're giving you 10,000 times the amount of radiation that your body should ever have in a lifetime, but they're giving it to you in 10 minutes. How crazy is that crap? But people, I know in the bottom of their heart, their mind is screaming, I can't believe I'm doing this and letting them do this. But because they have no knowledge, they have no power.
Yep.
Therein lies the problem. And therein lies the whole problem. Knowledge is power. I've been saying it for years. But you got to arm yourself, you got to get off your ass, and you got to do something for yourself. Because if you're waiting for somebody to come here and save you, you are the one you're waiting for. You just didn't know it yet.
Yeah.
Brother, I've been seeing this for years. I deal with people all day long, cancer patients, stuff like that. The ones that are awake, they change their paradigm. The ones that are asleep and want to stay asleep, and they're putting their power in somebody else's hands, they're going to go die in the friggin' boneyard for the lie. I've seen it time and time again. I worked a cancer ward in Long Beach, California. Their protocol at end of life healing, when they were pretty much exhausted every other aspect of trying to heal that body with all their other poisons, they give them what's called a Brompton cocktail for end of life protocol for comfort, so to speak. Do you know what a Brompton cocktail is?
No.
All right. Have you ever listened to the band Avenged Sevenfold?
No.
One of my favorites. All right, brother. Yeah, just go pull up Brompton Cocktail on YouTube and go watch that dark, nasty, dirty video showing the dark side of the opioid addiction issue. This is why I want to talk about the opioid issue today, because cannabis heals that too. Yeah, it's called Project Cocktail's got cocaine, heroin, and morphine in it. What it does, it puts the heart to sleep. And the next day, I'm usually ending up bagging and tagging. I didn't write the script. The head doctor on the ward wrote the script. Yeah, but it's called a Project Cocktail. You know, I had a guy, I'm going to share something with you, up Woodland Park, dying of bone cancer, come to see me. I said, do you know what the paste is? No. I said, have you ever done paste? No. I said, and then after talking to the guy for about an hour, I find out he's a grower. I said, you got any plant matter? He goes, yeah, I got some really good plant matter. I said, bring it to the house and we're going to convert it to real medicine. We're going to make paste. So he brought me over about 10 ounces. Made some of the top-notch nuclear friggin' knock your dick in the dirt, get your mind right, plant matter. He's been on the opioids with the bone cancer for 2 years. Within 48 hours, after like 4 doses of this plant matter, taking it orally because it's food grade, he no longer had to do the opioids. After 2 days, he didn't go through any withdrawal whatsoever. Cannabis paste removes the capacity of opioids and also psychotropics, from Xanax to you name it, Paxil, Prozac. Prozac, by the way, is 94% fluoride. Fluoride shuts down the third eye blind. That's called your pineal gland. We've been tricked, guys, on so many different levels.
Well,
but there's a way to heal all of it, you know?
Yeah, it's
Go ahead.
One of our guests the other day was saying how much the government lies to us, and they lie to us on all different levels and in all different industries. And it all boils down to money again. It comes down to one thing, money.
It is always about the money, and I know, I'm well aware. This is why I do what I do. This is why I share, like, Ty Bollinger's book. It's called Cancer, Think Outside the Box. I did a show with him. He's done a 9-part series on the alternatives to healing cancer, the massive universe. He's been on CBC, NBC. He's been on even some of the mainstream news media. I can't even believe they let him on with the crap he was talking about. But he's a bright guy. But I have a book called Cancer, Think Outside the Box. I give the book away regularly, weekly. It's just a downloadable. You know, you just click on the link. I bought it, and I downloaded it, and Todd gave me permission to give it away. Because I'm not in commercial commerce. I'm not in commerce. I'm not trying to charge my brother for that book. And I have another book called The 1 Minute Cure. That's food-grade hydrogen peroxide. And it makes the blood oxygen-rich, and pathogens cannot live in an oxygen-rich environment. It's about a penny a dose, you know. They don't teach this stuff in medical school, guys.
Well, this is some good information.
It's all about the money, but I have the links, and I share them regularly. But let's take a look at, I guess let's segue into the opioid issue on the planet. You know, like in West Virginia, I don't know how many millions of pills they sent over to this little podunk town. And even the pharmacy guys were getting called on the carpet by Congress, but I think that was just more of a dog and pony show than anything else. Because they're making it on both sides. You know, they took Narcan. It was $70 for a syringe in case somebody overdoses on heroin, and then they pushed it up to $700 overnight. So they're capitalizing on both sides of the equation. These scumbags really are just a bunch of capitalist pigs with no souls.
I concur.
You know, killing our brothers and sisters. You know, I don't know how these doctors, I can't even call them doctors, how these insane people can continue to do what they do and look at themselves in the mirror in the morning. I couldn't. That's why I had to get out of the military-industrial complex and the medical-industrial complex. I couldn't do the crap they were saying because I had a conscience, I had a soul. Not more doctors coming out of the closet now, too, and quitting the game because they know their poisons don't work. You know, I mean, how much proof more do they need? I mean, 97% failure rate since 1937. You know, if I was putting out a product on the planet that had a 97% failure rate, I'd have the FDA climbing so far up my backside, I wouldn't know whether to poop or wind my wristwatch. But they do it. And they're covering each other's backsides. Just like the CDC, they shredded all these medical reports on the shot scam, and I deal with that too. I actually wrote a shot clinic for the first 2 years in the Navy over in China Lake, California. I was giving the poison to the children, the measles, mumps, and rubella, the 2-month shot, the 4-month shot, the 6-month shot. I was actually, and so this is my catharsis for doing what I did back then. I didn't know any better because I was ignorant.
Peter, try to talk closer to the mic because you keep going in and out.
All right, how about now?
It's very good.
Yeah,
I definitely concur with what Peter is talking about here. And, you know, I think we park our spaceships in the same hangar. You know, from a higher consciousness, that's where, you know, it's about. You can do things for money, but you can do things for money with a conscience and feel when you go to bed at night, you know, 1,000 times better because, you know, at the end of the day, you helped someone instead of you made money and hurt someone.
Exactly. I couldn't live with myself, you know, so, you know, I found out, I'm sorry I didn't interrupt, but I found out about the paste, and then I found my purpose in life. So, you know, you have to be conscious, but live in the right intent, the right heart, and then take an action and put it into a play. And it's really neat because, you know, I've been doing this 3.5 years now, and the upside is I get positive reports almost daily. You know, anybody who gets, I had a lady with fibromyalgia pushing around that little cart she had to stay stands upright. She was able to actually push that stroller thing in the closet 3 days after getting on the pace. She goes, Peter, I'm not in pain anymore. I said, yeah, magic happens when you reactivate the endocannabinoid system and rewrite the left-right brain paradigm, the neuron pathways, because it's food grade and the body can respond to it correctly. It's not synthetic garbage. Anyways, you guys know they put naphthalene in all the pills, right? You know what naphthalene is?
No.
Mothballs. You ever smell mothballs before?
It's yeah, I was going to say it's a urinal. I was going to say it sounds like something that goes in a urinal, but yeah.
No, that's a urinal cake. Mothballs. My mom used to put them in the closet when I was a kid. Naphthalene, you breathe it in, and it goes, and because you don't have a filter on your nose, you know, that's why I can't believe people don't pay attention to this stuff. But when you breathe that in, it's actually trying to break down through the liver. The liver is the portal to try to break these chemicals down. But when you keep breathing them in 24/7, like these women who work at these nail salons, those toxins they're breathing in for 12 hours a day, it's insane. Most of these women do not have a clue when they go to the shop to get their nails done. And you can smell the overwhelming wafting of those chemicals. And you have women that actually do this for an occupation, and they're breathing it in and day out. And what's going to happen, it's going to break down their liver, and it's going to break down the rest of their body over time. Just like soda pop, Coca-Cola, aspartame-laden Coca-Cola, even worse. Sodium benzoate is the compound they've been using in all the food products, a lot of them, and the soda. Sodium benzoate breaks down your kidneys over time. I try to keep telling my ex-wife and my 2 daughters this because they're really stuck on the Coca-Cola. And then they wonder why their kidneys always hurt. They can't poop. I said, you guys are drinking poison. You know, I drank aspartame-laden Diet Coke for 24 years. This is back when I was 36 years old. Guys, at 36, no, I was 46, I'm sorry. But I thought I was ready for the boneyard. I said, my God, I can't believe how I'm aging so poorly. But it was the aspartame, because it's like a toxin to the body, and it can't break it down. It actually poisons your liver, and it actually, so I had body aches, brain fog, I had fatigue, couldn't think right. But when I got off the aspartame, see, I watched this video called Sweet Misery. That's on YouTube. You can find it. I knew I had to quit Diet Coke. And I was addicted to the shit. I mean, I drank a 6-pack, 12-pack a day. I mean, it was terrible. And it was wild. But my body hurt, my joints hurt, everything. And I was only 46, and I said, my God, I guess I'm just aging a lot faster than anybody else. Well, it was caused by the aspartame in that poison Diet Coke. And I didn't know it until I watched Sweet Misery.
All carbonated beverages deplete the body of oxygen. Yeah, I mean, and then you throw aspartame into the mix. That's just drilling a hole in your brain cells left and right.
Are you saying beer is no good then?
Yeah, I know. Especially the GMOs. Then you throw the GMO beers in on top of it, so you got an alcoholic, deadly concoction. Sure. Yeah, it's not the old beer. You know, when I was young, I remember the beer belly, but I don't remember the beer moves. Okay, and
you know where the moves are coming from, bro?
The GMOs.
The GMOs and the endocrine-laden friggin' canned goods in Walmart that can't get across overseas. 80% of our food supply, we're not getting to any of these foreign countries because we know it's toxic poison.
You got barges out there floating in the oceans of countries that won't even accept GMO. It's terrible. It's absolutely a terrible food grade to be putting into your body, and then the effects are obvious when we look around and we see these people. I mean, it's clearly obviously growing up watching this obesity that has occurred, but GMOs is the culprit.
Yep, GMOs. And then, McDonald's, if you eat McDonald's, there's only, I think, 2% real meat in it. The other 98% is garbage, chemical toxin. I tell my daughters this crap. They don't believe Daddy. They eat the cancer fries. That's what I call them. Because they're made in canola oil, which was produced out of Canada. And it's cancer oil. That's all it is. It's cancer oil. And you try to tell people this, and they just don't want to hear it. I don't do fast food, guys. I mean, I tried,
but McDonald's is delicious, Dad.
It is delicious, but it's going to kill you. I mean, I used to love their filet of fish sandwiches.
When I had my kids over and I had the refrigerator full of raw vegan, and you know, they were like, "Can we order a pizza, Dad?" I go, "Why? I got all this healthy food in the fridge." It doesn't look very good, Dad. I don't like that stuff. I said, why? It's healthy. Well, I'm not worried about my health. I just want food that tastes good, you know.
We got to make healthy food that tastes good somehow.
Well, look at, they did a really good job of putting like sugars and everything. Look at the the formulas they put these children on at birth. See, my wife, she breastfed both my children. They didn't get no freaking formula. And they're pretty damn healthy, but they're not eating the right stuff. But at times they do pay attention to Daddy. Like when I had my grandchild, they decided that Daddy might be right, and they didn't get him the poison shots. So when he was born, he didn't get none of the friggin' shots. He's not going to get none of them damn shots. Their aerosol mercury formaldehyde compromise the immune system. This is why we have autoimmune disease. Dr. Rebecca Carley, she's a friend of mine. She did a video back in 2011, and anybody can look it up on YouTube. It's called Vaccinations, Weapons of Mass Destruction. So, you know, I'm putting out nice information for people. Dr. Carley and I probably did 4 shows, a couple radio shows, did 1 TV show over at Conscious Consumer Network, but you got to be conscious to get it. Go figure. I get it, guys. It's most of the rest are, but Dr. Carley, she actually outed the whole system on that video, the vaccinations of weapons of mass destruction, and they pulled her white coat medicine license and stole her child out from underneath her. This is what they do to the doctors who go rogue and decide they don't want to play ball in this friggin' corrupt system anymore. But we have solutions, guys. There's solutions everywhere. Problem is, you gotta wait people.
And they say there's no money in the solutions. I disagree. I think there's tremendous upside in solution-based problems. We bank our career off it. So I mean, we're not getting the billions of dollars that Big Pharma is doing, but Big Pharma isn't doing anything to help.
Well, we're chipping at this thing, one pickaxe at a time. That's why I decided to make the good paste. I call it the high octane paste for my cancer patients, because it needs the compounds of THC and CBD in order for it to effectively remediate those bad cells a little bit more aggressively. CBD paste is great. I work with Brother Brad. He's out of Woodland Park. He's got MyNutra.com. It's a great site. He's got great products. He spent 3.5 years growing a product, his CBD plant matter, so it'll be high enough on the CBDs, but low enough, negligible on the THC, so you can get it in all 50 states. And he's not just about the money. I mean, he makes the cocoa chocolate bars, 100 milligrams of CBD. He makes the hemp cream with frankincense and myrrh. Everything we make is organic. I only deal with organic growers on the planet, so when I make the THC paste, I know my brothers and sisters aren't getting toxic poisons. I take my own medicine. I take my own paste daily. And it restructures the neuron pathways in the brain and brings you to a higher state of consciousness than they were expecting. Okay, so we were talking about consciousness. Let's talk about this. This is the reason why they put the kibosh on cannabis and called it marijuana a legal term in 1937, so they could extract penal sums out of the asses of the masses who didn't know no better. And it's a rigged gig. So, matter of fact, cannabis was in the pharmacopoeia until 1942, and then they disappeared it. So they're trying to disappear our history on this plant matter, even though it's got a 10,000-year history. Probably a lot more than that, but a 10,000-year history that I know of. So when you do cannabis, I'm not talking about smoking the shit. I'm talking about taking the plant matter, what I make, because what it does, it restructures all the neuron pathways in the brain, allows the body to come online. It reactivates the endocannabinoid system that we're all born with when we come on this planet, including our pets, our dogs, our cats. We got Canna Doggy over at Brad's house. Tell me he needs to rename the Canna Kitty, Canna Pussy, because anyways, I just have a sense of humor. I was a Navy doc. But we got doggies with neurological issues. The veterinarians are using the same poisons on the pets as the doctors use on us. It's the same scam. That's another multi-billion-dollar industry, because people will spend on their pets. The problem is they're spending on their pets and they're letting the fucking goddamn vets poison the living crap out of them. And therein lies the problem. And it's the same old. Nothing has changed. While Rome burns, they're still doing the same protocols, and they don't know that the cannabis paste can heal their puppy.
How much does this cannabis paste cost?
Well, if you go through Brad, it's $175. You go through me, and I work out a different protocol for my brothers and sisters, because Brad does the CBD. He created it. He's got a copyright on it, the seed stock, and everything he does. They gave me permission to go outside the box. See, Brad was actually providing THC paste to the patients back years ago, but then his investors over at MyNutra said, well, we'd rather you just stay in the portal of CBD land instead of THC land, because Brad was able to actually send the paste over to states that were recreational with the THC paste. But yeah, Brad charges $175 a jar for the CBD stuff, and it's really good. It helps children with autism, any neurogenic issues, anything having to deal with the brain. The cannabis rewrites new neuron pathways. Now, the biggest fear in 1937 was, because they knew this already, it creates such a consciousness shift that they can't control you anymore. So that's why they put the kibosh on cannabis, because it opens up all the portals, allows you to think multidimensionally, in multiple different portals at the same time. I know. I've been doing it for 3 years, guys. I'm not from this friggin' planet. I'm in multiple dimensions. But that's what was making them nervous, because they couldn't control people if they... if we had 300 million people on cannabis pays, we would have a conscious country, and they couldn't get away with this shit they've gotten away with for the last 100 years.
Back in the ancient Sanskrit, the cannabis plant was known as the king's plant. And if we break down only three types, there are only three types of plant stem cells in the world. They are the cannabis hemp plant. Bamboo is second. And third, every other plant in the world has the same breakdown of plant stem cells. So there are two plants. Yeah, there are two plants which are, unique in their own world, are bamboo and cannabis. Pretty hard to turn bamboo into a paste that will...
Right. I got a friend from Florida in the bamboo industry, so I know what you're talking about. Bamboo's very strong stuff. But, I mean, come on, brother. Let's take a look at if we have been building houses out of hemp, instead of letting Hearst come in, Hearst, who had that conglomerate with making books, and chopping down trees. We didn't need to chop down our damn trees. Cannabis remediates every 90 days. My God, if they carpet bomb this planet with cannabis, I'm talking about not the THC shit, just hemp. If they carpet bomb this whole planet, it would remediate all the soils. It remediates radiation. Over in Chernobyl, they planted a bunch of hemp over there to remediate the offset of those toxic radiation coming out, and it actually remediated all the soil around that nuclear power plant.
Yeah, and that's what Russia does with most of their wheat over there. They spread it out in the wheat fields and then grow wheat to render it inert. But cannabis works a lot better. You're right.
Yeah. There's so many simple protocols. I mean, they just don't teach us anywhere. Like I said, they want us all to remain comfortably numb, and that's why you got the idiot box, which I shut off many years ago. I don't watch anything on the idiot box. Matter of fact, I can't stay in the same room with the TV running. Because
it's the 440 hertz frequency that every broadcast is coming through, that is breaking down the immune system, and that's why they call it programming.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I know, brother. We are parallel on our thought processes. Anyways, but yeah, it's ironic that 1937, the Greys got together with the Scumbags or Us Club over there in Washington, and there are Greys. I know there's different life on this planet, Todd, and I just didn't want to really go there today because most people they think you're whack when you start talking about this, but I've proven it up.
Well, we'll talk about UFOs on our next segment with you. It's only 6 minutes left on this one, but let's keep on the health trip on this one. Next one we'll do UFOs.
Anyways, anybody wants to know more about the PACE, they can email me. We Be Free, WEBEFREE, WEBEFREE, We Be Free, like Ebonics.
Yeah.
We Be Free at protonmail.com, and they can just send me an email, and I'll be glad to send them sustaining documentation across the planet on how this takes care of opioid addiction, Alzheimer's, dementia, multiple sclerosis, Lyme disease. I have articles of the sustaining documentation on I have my own page. I posted it to you in your PM box, brother, and it's my Cannabis Network page. It's an educational portal so that I can get people to wake up and start seeing what they're not seeing. That's why I create videos. I've got excellent videos. I've got excellent sustaining documentation to prove the capacity of this beautiful plant. And I got a jar sitting out right here in front of me, guys. I'm going to do my dose after we get off the phone, and I'm going to take me a little star ride. But it actually allows me to function. It realigns the neuron pathways in my brain. I actually do get more work done being on cannabis than I do doing anything else. And I don't smoke the shit, but I do take it orally. You don't have to smoke the stuff. See, when you smoke it, what happens is it's pushing all this THC into your brain all at once, and there's no offset. Without the offset, because you're not picking up the CBD, CBN, CBG, CBAs, all these different elements that are in the plant offset the THC exposure, so it's just a very comfortable ride. So when you do the plant matter edibly, it's a nice body high. This is not about getting high. This is about getting well, because it recorrects pretty much everything in the cellular structure of the body. It actually restructures your DNA and makes you younger. Anybody looking to get younger on the planet? They want some paste. I've been doing the paste for 3 years. I'm 58. I look like I'm like 40, you know?
Right. You do look like younger, yeah.
So you have a website that they can buy the paste from?
My Nutra, but that's the regular stuff. That's the unleaded. That's not the stuff that I make. That's why I tell people just to email me, and I'll send them an overview on my strain. The strain now is presently not deep herbal, but I'm having a brain fart. I've had so many different flavors, but I'm looking for some new flavors. Very high on the THC index with indica, but it's Blue Dream. So if anybody's interested, all we got to do is send me an email at webefree@protonmail.com. I can't really post that Blue Dream out in the public, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not in that context, anyways. So that's why I send an encrypted email to people if they're interested. And I also send them my video, my 30-minute video on how I make the paste and why, and also a 17-minute video that shows why the paste is superior to the oil. This is not me making things up. So we need to give the people clarity, because they don't know that this plant matter has so many medical efficacies. And then that's why I sent them my link to my Cannabis Network page, because it's an educational portal that helps them all get their minds right. Because I have, and all these articles I have on over there, I tell people, copy and paste, share this information.
Well, we'd love to put your link on our page 100%, because we're all about healing the mind, the body, and the world, you know.
Yeah, it's mind, body, and spirit. I got the memo in 2012 when I started my blog talk radio show called In the Spirit of Things. Because your spirit is what controls the vessel. Your brain ain't worth a shit. It's your spirit. So your thoughts are power, though, and they don't teach us anywhere, do they?
Nope. Certainly
don't.
They
want us all stupefied.
Okay, guys, we have a minute and a half to wrap this up. What are your closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts? Everybody come out of the rain. It's okay. It's all right to love yourself enough to embrace yourself and quit giving over to these power whores who have been stealing your soul since you got on the planet. It's time to change the paradigm. Anyways,
well, good. We have to change the paradigm, because without it, our bodies, our minds, and our souls are going to be taken. So stand up, go outside the box, and you're going to find it's a wonderful thing to look at the box instead of being inside it. So,
yep.
Epic show today, Marty. Dr. Fantastic, you rock. Dr. Peter, keep up the great work, man.
You got it.
Dr. Thunder, you're doing great. Hey, I want to remind everyone to be fantastic. I want you to say every day, I am fantastic. I am are one of the most important words in the English language. I am fantastic. I am healthy. I am successful. I am happy. You know, you gotta put the positive affirmations in the mind. a positive?
Yes. I agree with you guys. I agree with you. That's why I say I am me, because there's nobody like me on this freaking planet.
Well, I'm glad to meet me.
It's good to be me.
It's good.